good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another scene of Unmasked Orlando, where tonight, well, during the day, the people of Orlando have gone about their day. They went to work. The ones who did have work, they had their day off. The ones who had their day off probably maybe went to the beach, had a day shopping. Whatever they did, they went back home at night when the sun set. But when the sun set is exactly when this takes place, when the people gathered here tonight come to life, literally. They were dead before that, in a way. Their heart wasn't beating, as it does every day. And as it does every night, this heart starts beating again. Their eyes open, and they become awake, become the creatures of the night they are. And tonight we are once again at the Elysium of Orlando, where a number of the children of the night, as we call them, the kindred, have gathered. Arjun is at the Elysium. She's relaxing, probably watching the view in the veranda outside. Well, just enjoying the fresh air, the wind as it passes through him, as he can feel it on his skin. But for now, he is alone. But more people will join.
You will see an individual. He arrives and he looks around. He's old. He walks slowly. He is. There's this aura about him that kind of has this like weirdness. Is your character a religious person?
No, not at all.
Okay, then you wouldn't feel anything. And he sits at this restaurant and orders food if it can be ordered, because I think
Yeah, I mean, this is a kindred only area, but if you order food, people will come with
no,
you.
yeah, if it's kindred order area, he won't, because I thought it was a restaurant. But yeah, the he will just wait and tap his fingers to um
I
to the
see
desk.
the it's the bar and restaurant part of the thing, but when it's time for Elysium to actually takes place, it becomes like kindred only.
Okay.
But yeah, if he sees someone, Arjun will nonchalantly, slowly, he'll see it and he'll come. He'll show regards and do a small bow, as it is polite.
He
You
looks at
must.
the individual and nods.
I do not believe I've seen you here before. I am Arjun Malek of Clan Ravnos. OC, has your character been in Orlando long, or did they just arrive?
He was in the war effort.
He was?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he would have heard Arjun's name before as the guy who killed the Red Lister and came out as the hero of Orlando.
He doesn't know this because he was in torpor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Around us is a Camarilla Elysium. These are new days.
Well, I make the Camilla my allies. They are powerful. And I have good friends amongst the Camarilla, so and he'll smile.
You are independent, I presume, then.
Yes,
But allied with the Ivory Tower.
as do most people in this city.
He nods.
I am
I'm-
a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You are, as he was going to say something. He doesn't.
I am a good friend of your. He was gonna say regent. He would say regent. Sorry. Damn it. What's the term?
Prince?
Of your primogen. I am a.
Ah.
I am a good friend of your primogens.
Which primogen? I never told you my clan.
Oh yes. Sorry. He wouldn't say that. He didn't say clan.
I would say around this time, a reasonably well-dressed gentleman enters the Elysium. He has a newspaper under his arm. He sees the two kindred conversing, doffs his cap, his hat to you two. Good evening, friend Arjun, and he sits down.
Hi, good sir.
Good evening. I don't think we've met yet.
I haven't met with a lot of people. But yes. I am Alexander Frederick Magnuson of
Magnus.
Clan Tremere.
A pleasure to meet you. He stands up and very calmly walks towards him. Sir Sirius Hunt, Ancilla of Clan Gangrel, and offers you a hand.
He shakes the hand and he says, Sir, the knighthood still stands, I presume.
Very much so.
You're a knight at heart, then?
I would like to think so, yes.
Quite nice. What type of knight, though? Is it like the Crusaders, or?
I descend from a long line of landed gentry, and I also got my knighting before my embrace, and I've kept this title.
Do you follow a code of honor, good sir? Like most other knights.
I do, even though I am on the path of humanitas.
Path of Humanitas.
I follow the road of humanity, but there are small tweaks or small subsets I've added in an effort to better myself.
He nods. You're friend with the Mr. Malik here.
Correct.
Yes.
Quite nice.
I am friends with a number of people in this city.
Friendship is hard to find these days.
Here, here. And at that point, he orders a blood wine from the bar. 3 glasses, please.
They sell blood here.
It's a specific blood wine the Tremere have concocted. I have to say, it almost tastes as good as the original.
It is a different taste, but a good one that we can enjoy.
Verily, without having to run to the gents and put ourselves in such undignified situations.
So what's going on in this city?
Well, we did get rid of a Red Lister not too long ago. Now their efforts are on to driving the Sabbat back into their holes where they belong.
The Sword of Cain is back. Strange.
Well, we only took over this. Only took over. No, I'll say the Camarilla only took over this city not too long ago. It is
Yes,
expected.
I know.
that-
I was in the war effort. He did cut you up.
Then it should be expected then that the Sabbat should want to try and take the city back.
Yes, but usually it takes a couple of years, 15. But probably they're doing mess embrace, as they usually do.
They could be.
You two look a bit like warriors.
Thank you for noticing. And he
Well.
smiles.
Yes, well, I've learned how to fight. Thank God with the life I've lived, or the unlife.
Then there will be more problems with the Sabbat. Do we have any more information other than just they will come back?
Oh, you see, I think they have more or less their area where they have the area where some of them are, but not sure exactly where it is because it's been a little while since we did Sabbat plot.
Alas, I only entered this city relatively recently when all the good fighting had already passed, so sadly I can't help you with that, knowledge-wise.
Understandable.
Just only recently established myself here, so... However, I'm doing my best to protect the city from external threats.
Well, two gentlemen who are good at fighting may need a lot of help when it comes to fighting with the enemies of the Camarilla. Wars are costly, money and blood.
They always have been, and they probably always will be.
Well, if you need certain things, I am an individual who is able to find things. If there are problems, please let me know and I will try to help.
I wouldn't take it that you would be a great master of... what is the proper term for that? For imbuing weapons with greater strength or a greater burning cutting power, if you catch my drift.
Yes, I presume you have seen some of our weapons in the war, but yes, I am capable
Most
of doing
impressive.
those.
Oh, you are.
Yes, I am capable of doing those, and I will be very happy to catch a deal with you regarding those.
Well, of course, the price would need to be negotiated as usual.
Of course, you can inform Harpy.
Absolutely. But I take it a saber would suffice?
I beg your pardon? I didn't understand what you mean.
So I take it that a cavalry saber would be... You would be able to, let's say, empower it.
That is among the things I can do, yes.
Excellent.
Along with coming up with things like blood. I find myself in a position where I can keep the blood. And a war is problematic. We all know our ability is to buff ourselves.
True.
And it costs a lot. one drink from a human only makes you a bit of strong. Another drink from someone, another, and the night ends and you couldn't do your mission that you want to do. For easy times, give me a call. As he extends 2 cards to Arjun and Mr. Sirius.
Sirius will take it, have a look, and put it in the side pocket.
It says Mr. Magnuson, and there's a phone number. He uses multiple phones, and this is one of them.
Excellent. Good to know. I would presume that you probably are quite resource rich, but should you ever wish somebody for some co-financing or maybe looking for a bigger pool of financiers, feel free to give me a call. And he gives you a calling card with his number, name, and he just comments, let's just say that money doesn't tend to be really an issue for me.
He nods. I really apologize. I'll be right back, guys. I am back.
Hello.
Mr. Arjun, Mr. Sirius, the Sir Sirius says that the money isn't a problem for him. So, what are the things that you are doing?
Well, I am more focused on being purely a warrior well, I am a warrior for myself, but for now, I am allied to the Ivory Tower. I am also quite adept at the gift that my clan is known for. I
So
would
you just-
show you this is Elysium.
I have heard the powers of chemistry. It is a quite powerful talent you have. It's such a sadness that it comes with a huge price.
Well, a power that big must come with a price. It reminds us that we are not our power is not limitless.
And yet, with such power, showing such humility, your deeds honor you, sir. And he directs that towards Arjun.
I have been taught well.
The Alexander raises his hand, and you see like a very expensive. What was the name of that watch? And he looks at Arjun and then Sir Sirius. The Who is our keeper of Elysium and Seneschal?
Oh, see, I'm not sure.
Out of character, I don't know if anyone has officially been called a Keeper of Elysium. Sirius will just look to Arjun with a raised eyebrow and a questioning look.
That I'm not sure.
That is something we should definitely check up, and that rather sooner than later. If not, certain kindred might take liberties.
Keeper of Elysium is important for society.
I couldn't agree more.
So, what other clans we have in this city, other than the Camarilla clans, that is allied with the Camarilla?
Well, recently, although I think they were here before, they were just hiding from the Sabbat. But recently, a Simitsi and a Lasombra have made themselves known and have claimed that they are against the Sabbat.
How do we know that they're not spies?
To be frank, I myself don't trust them yet, and I'm not sure the prince does either. So,
The wise individual would never trust a Simisi or a Sombra, especially those who came from Sabbat. I'm surprised nobody has questioned them yet.
I think they are being questioned.
By the sheriff, if I'm not mistaken. A Toreador himself.
Who's the sheriff?
My character would know that. Just let me quickly check up the name.
Is it in? Oh, no. It's the Clarence.
Yes, that would be Sheriff Clarence of Clan Toreador.
He nods. Quite nice. I'm happy the clans from the Sabbat is being questioned.
I wouldn't want to pry too much into your dealings, but would you say there are any business sectors that you have a strong eye on and which you might approve not to have competition in?
I'm always up for competition. He smiles when he says that. Competition makes things interesting to me.
Hmm.
I do investments. That's the
Awesome.
easiest way to say.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to scout out who has claimed what business sector to avoid unnecessary conflict.
Do you have any businesses inside the series?
I was thinking of the health sector, for example, and maybe also seeing that a few facilities for the homeless could be built, financed, maybe some rehabilitation programs. So
I
a little
actually-
bit of philanthropy on the side.
I actually also think about entering the health business. Maybe we can enter together.
Why not? Better. I definitely prefer to have you as a partner than as a competitor. And he smiles and gives you a small bow.
And the Tremere make good allies. I should know. With her smile.
You should know. How?
Well, your clan sees me as a friend. Since, well, I am a friend of your primogen here. Saved her life many years ago.
Now I understand. And he nods. You're declared the friend of the clan Tremere?
And he'll nod again.
That's good to know.
But yes, at a later point, I'll definitely get into contact with you, good sir, and we can see what we are able to hammer out. Maybe we can find something that works for both our inclinations. And of course, with pooled resources, it's always easier.
Exactly. Is there anything that you wish to do with the health sector? Is it just controlling the health sector or something else?
It's not only control that I'm seeking. Ever since I awoke from torpor, I've seen that the average American has grown a bit lazy, grown a little fat, grown a little unhealthy in their habits. And of course, some kindred would say, well, why should we care? Well, you are what you eat. And if I could also help the kind, well, as some will call them, in aiding them in a more healthier lifestyle, I would think that would be a good way of giving back to the community while reaping some benefits.
You wish to make them more healthy.
I wish to make it easier for them to make themselves more healthy. He smiles.
I understand. A noble goal, expected from a knight, of course.
Mind you, I'm not averse to a little bit of profit, after all, for obvious reasons, but if I can help people in the process, or maybe something else I saw is that, what's it called again? Healthcare in this country tends to be prohibitively expensive. And I was thinking maybe something could be offered where people might be able to get more affordable insurance, and maybe also some insurance that actually gives something back when actually something happens.
Insurance.
For
Some may
example.
take that word as a sympathizer of communism or socialism.
Oh, don't worry, I'm no Bolshevik.
He smiles.
I still believe that people should pay for it, but I find it unfair if they pay several hundreds of US dollars and then at the end of it get nothing for it. That just seems like daylight robbery to me.
It is a robbery. The world was never fair.
It wasn't. Doesn't mean I can't try to make it a little fairer.
Of course you can. Again, it's a noble goal.
We try. We try. And you yourself, purely to control the sector, or any other motives you care sharing with us?
The health sector is a sector that will never die. As long as there are humans, there will be those who will be sick. There's no stopping that.
Yes.
Therefore, it is a good sector. Good for business.
Yes. I remember when I was able to buy some Bayer and Roche papers. Although that's a good while back, but they are still paying dividends to these knights.
He nods. I think that as long as the humanity will live on, this sector will remain alive, and I wish to not, die anytime soon, and probably see humanity's end if it's going to end, and try to stop it, because we can't eat anything if humans are not alive. Therefore,
Well, yes.
I wish to make sure that basically it is something that we can control and live with.
Sounds excellent to me. Yes. After all, I remember a time before vaccination was a widespread thing, and all kinds of diseases that people would die from the smallest infant to grown men in the prime of their lives, cut down by all sorts of illnesses. And yes, who knows? Maybe even fund for the finding of some more vaccinations. After all, if you're looking into that sector, you've probably heard of the herd effect.
I did. I did hear about the herd effect.
Exactly, that enough individuals in a herd are, for example, vaccinated, that those that are not yet are still protected by the people around them, in a manner of speaking.
He nods.
And yes, my philanthropy, which I'm planning to do some of, has also got some egoistic element, as that sadly is often the case. But I was thinking of
Sorry, my bad.
Fair enough. But yes, I was thinking, sadly, as in many big cities, there is a homeless population, and let's just say I'll be trying to help them mitigate the spread of blood-borne diseases. After all, it's not good for us either. Yes, of course, I could drink from someone who has HIV, but then the next person I bite could get it as well, and then I'm starting spoiling the well, and that's just no good.
Understandable. Again, these sounds very noble goals.
Mind you, if you see any problems with those goals, feel free to speak your mind. This is, after all, a free country.
I don't see any problems.
Excellent. That would be all from my side.
You were very silent, Mr. Arjun.
I tend to listen more than I speak.
He smiles.
But, well, as for my job here, I like to protect the ones who need protecting, and the ones who have, well, who I have grown to like.
Are you a sheriff?
No, I simply do what I see as my duty.
Then what do you see as your duty?
What I have just stated. Protecting is the ones who need protecting.
Almost a shame that you're not part of the Camarilla. Then I could say that you would be a very civically minded individual.
Ah, yes, but the samurai like to give orders around. I like to do what I want to do.
Ah, spoken like a true independent.
Do you trade in boons?
I have done so before.
What's going to happen when someone calls for the boon? The base
Well, for
society and the base society and the trading requires acknowledgement of a favor. It can also be seen as ordering.
For now, I owe no favor to nobody. Others owe favors to me, and it is all for something I have done myself. I do not expect people to do things. I do not expect a neonate to do something for me just because I am an Ancilla.
Why? That is your right. Well, not your right because you're not a member of the Camarilla, but it would have been if it was your right.
Even if they are neonate, I should earn their respect.
It is true that the respect goes both ways.
And one mustn't. Pardon me.
But if an elder is just simply abusing neonates, it will take notice.
And
most elders do what? This guy speaks very slowly. I apologize.
That's fine.
And he says like, basically they do what needs to be done.
As should a leader. As should an elder in front of neonates, or even Ancilla in front of neonates, or an elder in front of Ancilla. However, in Camarilla, too many think they should be respected and listened to just and purely because of their age.
Wouldn't you think that would be a very dangerous thing to say in Elysium? Especially in a Camarilla Elysium?
I'll shrug. I listen to the people whose respect have been earned. In this city, luckily, the people who have a seat, who have a title, their respect, their seats have been earned. Most of them, at least.
How do you know? What if they earn their respect by ordering neonates around?
That is why when I see one, I get to know them.
And they tell you everything and their true faces?
It is not only what they say, it is how they act that I observe.
You're quite interesting, Mr. Arjun. I'm curious, why didn't you join the Anarch movement? This kind of sounds like an Anarch talk to me. I don't know if they accept Ravnos in their ranks.
I'm not too sure either. Anyways, the thing is, I would like to go back to back home when I wish to go back to my sire, when I wish to.
I think the Anarchs care about freedom like you do. So I don't think they would give you much trouble. But you are our ally. And those who are leading this city, and my clan deemed you as a friend. Therefore, you are a friend. And I wouldn't join the Anarchs if I were you, mister.
No, we have many friends among the Chimera. We do not see eye to everything, but I respect them. And they respect me. We have become friends with some. We have become friends. Well, I count members of your clan as my closest friends. In the city, at least.
He nods. Quite. How nice. I'm very happy to hear this. Well, with all due respect, gentlemen, I will have to leave.
Of course, places to be, things to do, and the night is
Absolutely.
always too short.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to meet with you all.
As it was a pleasure for us.
He
It was lovely.
slowly leaves.
Sirius doffs his cap in his direction and sees him off.
Another member of Clan Tremere.
Yes. Yes, they seem to be appearing from all their dens now. And he just chuckles. Don't take it too seriously, my friend.
He'll
I
smile.
like to jest.
He'll smile. Well, the chantry is getting full and full.
My, let's hope it doesn't start bursting from the rafters. After all, that's my job. And he just gives a full-bellied laugh at that one.
Yeah, Arjun will smile and chuckle.
Yes. Unlife. But, yes, once an undead Englishman, always an undead Englishman, and self-deprecating humor is just part for the course, whether you're alive or undead.
Well, apart from an undead man who was from India, I do not remember anything from before I was embraced. So I am just...
You're just who you are. Yes. Yes. Not weighed down by the baggage of a previous life.
No.
Some kindred would envy you. That's for sure.
I do not. Well, I should be off. I'll see you another evening.
If all goes well, quite likely. Yes, that reminds me. Yeah, definitely. Oh, by the way, before you leave, I'm practicing my socializing skills with the kind, and have you recently seen Gojira 2000?
Yes, saw it with Katya and Illy.
Excellent. I quite enjoyed it.
It is a fun movie.
And definitely more impressive than the first iteration I got to see. But I shall not keep you any longer, and he strides towards the door and opens it for you.
he'll show courtesy and leave. And with that, I guess we can end this in there. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. And we'll see you on another episode of Unmask Orlando.